Good morning, YouTube. It's 9:15 in the morning on Friday, the 9th of March. I don't know why I give the date, but I thought I would. Today I'm going to be smoking. I haven't actually decided yet, so I thought to do the video with me deciding what I want to smoke and then a quick chat about things. I'm looking now, and I think maybe some Solani, aged barley, will do the trick this morning. I'll just have a look for what pipe I feel like smoking it in. I think that'll be a decent pipe to smoke this in. It's a Peterson's Shamrock, and these are like 1970s pipes, but they're a really good pipe. Really like them. Really practical, not a stupid massive bowl. Nice, something nice. Right, on my last video I had a comment asking why my channel name is Smoking Mr Rhubarb. I thought now was as good a time as any to explain the explain why. There you are. There's the aged barley flake. Beautiful, beautiful tobacco. As I'm loading my bowl up and preparing to smoke, I'll tell you the tale of Smoking Mr Rhubarb. Well, it all goes back to when I was younger, when I was like 16, 17, and I don't know whether you know, but I have an absolutely amazing, great passion for motorbikes. I love all things motorbikes. I've ridden them since I was a little boy, you know, and the freedom and everything that you get from bikes is just fantastic. And around that time, 16, 17, me and my dad used to, well, it was more like 17, so we used to ride motorbikes together on the road. We went to the Isle of Man TT and we went all over, and that's like quite a few years now ago. And my dad used to always say that we were rhubarb racing. He even had some stickers made what said rhubarb racing, and the reason rhubarb racing is because there's a lot of, excuse my French, but there's a lot of shit talked about motorbikes, how fast people are, what they did, and he didn't want to call it something really vulgar, so he said they're all talking rhubarb. So that's where rhubarb racing came from. Anyway, this is where the story takes a bit of a not a very nice twist, as you say. Well, when I was 18 and we were out riding one day, unfortunately my dad had an accident in front of me, and he did pass away, and he died, which is obviously awful thing, especially at the age of 18. So my dad passed away. The bikes, I sold my bike, but I really wanted one, but I couldn't live with myself with my mother, you know, upsetting her so much with me owning a bike at the time. So this is the bit of a sad twist to the story. But what happened was, 6 months later, I couldn't live without a bike. I bought another motorbike, and yeah, started riding bikes again. I've had probably, I was looking the other day, I've had 17 different motorbikes. Anything from R1s, Fireblades, Ducatis, what I own now, even a BSA Gold Flash, an old thing, what was a beautiful bike, loved the business, everything, 1969. But unfortunately, really just broke down all the time because of the age. Anyway, so big do's, little do's. In 2005, I decided to take up racing motorbikes. So I got myself a race license and went racing, and I did a novice championship with a Preston District Motorcycle Club, and I ended up coming second in that novice championship. And the silly thing is the fact that I had the exact same points at the end of the championship as the person who won it, but he had one more third place than I did, so he took the championship. Anyway, I carried on racing, and I thought to myself, in honour of my dad, in honour of my father, I shall pick this rhubarb racing thing back up. So what I did is got some stickers made up, stickers made up, Rhubarb Racing, put a Facebook page, James Hargreaves Rhubarb Racing, James Hargreaves Motorcycle Racing. Anyway, I did a few seasons. I did 10 seasons of motorbike racing in the end. And then halfway through that time, some of my friends started calling me Mr Rhubarb, because I obviously rhubarb racing, and I said, "Oh, come on, Mr Rhubarb, are you going to do well today?" or whatever, and a bit of banter with lads. So that's where Mr Rhubarb came from. Anyway, so yeah, so that's Mr Rhubarb. I actually had written on the back of my leathers, like where your name usually is, Hargreaves or whatever your surname happens to be. Have rhubarb written there, so I got Mr Rhubarb written on the back of my leathers. Anyway, I carried on racing for a while, enjoyed it and did that, and then in the end what I did was, when I was setting up this channel originally, it was called something completely different, like JRH22. It's one of them like silly things, 2010. And then when I decided to start doing the channel again properly, I thought to myself, well, I'm not racing anymore, because I did give it up when my son was born, not for danger or anything like that doesn't bother me, but just pure expense. It's really expensive racing, and unless you've got loads of sponsors, you know, it's not, a family man can't really do racing. So yeah, I give it up for a while. And when I was setting this channel back up, I thought, you know what, I can resurrect Mr Rhubarb and make it something, another one of my passions, the pipes. So in the end, that is why I am called Smoking Mr Rhubarb on here anyway. So that's my long story of how it all came about. Yeah, and it's got twists and turns in it and what have you, but yeah, Smoking Mr Rhubarb. That is the origin of the name. So it was Fisher Pipe Guy who asked me this question. So that's the answer for Fisher Pipe Guy. That's it. That's why it's Smoking Mr Rhubarb. And yeah, some of my friends now, when I ride on the road and what have you, because I still got road motorbike, but I don't race, just ride on the road, they call me Mr Rhubarb for a joke and things like that. So that is the story of why I'm Smoking Mr Rhubarb on here. Just a couple of words about the aged Burley Flake. I find Solani makes brilliant blends. The 633, I think it is, which is the Virginia Perique, that's brilliant. Yeah, there's is it called Black and White or White and Black? That's a good one, like a Balkan sort of mix. And you know, and this aged Burley, it's a real treat. It's like a straight Burley sort of proper tobacco taste, which I do like a lot, but it's got a lovely sweetness to it as well. And quite a lot of strength, but it's a lovely smoke. So yeah, people, thank you very much. Thanks for watching my videos, thanks for subscribing, everything like that. I put the camera on a slightly different angle today, so just to just so it's not just the boring stuff in front of me all the time. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for everything. enjoy your pipes and happy smokes, folks.